Hello everyone, we are from Group 8 and today we would like to present our presentation about application letter. I am Caca and we have 6 topic discussion. The first one is the definition of application letter, the second one is the purpose of application letter, and the third one is the structure of the letter. And also we will learn how to prepare and finishing up our letter. And the last one is tips to write an application letter. And we will talk about the definition of application letter. An application letter is a written document addressed to an employer by a job applicant. It's explaining why they are interested in and qualified for an open position. Basically, an application letter is a letter that accompanies your CV. This is important to remember that the letter of application is like a personal sales letter because of its task of selling personality and qualification to the applicant's future employee. An application letter is the opportunity to make a great first impression with a potential employer. And don't forget, write your letter in a clear style that is free of jargon and provides the potential employer with a good introduction to you. And the purpose of application letter will be explained by Olvie.
Okay, thank you, Caca. Here I am, Olvie. I am going to explain about the purpose of application letter. First, the purpose is to secure an interview. Then, the second one is eventually to obtain a job. And the last one is to express your interest in attending an institution or receiving a position. It showcases your abilities and your strength and illustrate your experience. The purpose of the cover letter is to introduce yourself to an organization, demonstrate your interest in the company or a specific vacancy, draw attention to your resume and motivate the reader to interview you. Often, this letter is the first contact you have with a prospective employer. Next, the structure of application letter. We have 6 parts in the structure. There are 1. Heading, 2. Inside address, 3. Salutation, 4. Body, 5. Complimentary clause, and the last one is signature. First is heading. Heading contains the address of the sender and the date on which the letter is being written. Like we can see from the example, Susano Street blah 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 is the address of the sender, and June 20 of 2007 is the date on which the letter is being written. And second is the inside address. Inside address contains the name of the employer, position, company's name, and the address of the company. Dr. John is the name of the employer, President is the position, the company is company's name, and the last one is the address of the company. Next, salutation. Salutation is an expression of greetings to the employer before the body of the letter. We can see from the example, Dear Dr. Villanueva. And next is body. Body is the part where you may convey all you want your reader to understand. The body of application letter is the section which tells the hiring manager what position you are applying for and why the employer should select you for an interview. The body of application letter should include an explanation of why you are interested in and qualify for the job for which you are applying. These persuasive paragraphs are intended to convince the reader that you are the perfect person for the position. The fifth one is complimentary clause. Serve to end the message just as goodbye. We can see very truly yours is the complimentary clause from the example. The last one but not least is signature. Signature contains the name and the signature of the writer. Okay, next will be explained by Kak Yudha.
Okay, thank you Olvie for explaining the structure of application letter. And here I am, Yudha. I'm going to continue explaining about the sample of application letter. Like what has been explained by Olvie before, here is the sample of application letter, which has a very complete structure. Because here we have the heading, and then inside address, salutation, body, complimentary clause, and also signature. Or you may take a look on your module to read the details and try to understand it better. Now let's move on how to prepare the letter. First, grab a piece of paper and make 2 columns. Second, start your letter by adding your contact information at the top. For these 2 steps, later we will explain for the details one by one. Third, include the company's information. After you include your information, you need to include the name of the employer to whom you are applying for the job, his title, name of company, and address, to show that you have taken the time to write a specific letter of application to this company and have done your research on the hiring manager for the position. Next, address your letter to the person whom you are writing, with formal and proper address to give a good impression to the company. Or you may write as simple as Dear. Now let's go to the first step. Grab a piece of paper and make 2 columns. In the left column, write down the requirements and skills needed for the job. And in the right column, write down points from your resume that fit those. Read the job application carefully and become familiar with the requirements for this job. Next, you will compare those to your skills and experiences on your resume. Then, having these points of interest that correlate to the job, because it will help you to provide the most important information in your cover letter quickly and effectively. Okay, so this is my part, and the next step will be explained by Kelvin.
Thank you, Kak Yudha. Well, my name is Ignasius Kelvin, and I will continue explain the preparing letter. Part 2. Start your letter by adding your contact information at the top. There are 2 points that we have to do. First, make sure your document is aligned to the left, because an application letter should be formal. So, you need to do this. Second, include the current date, then separated by space. Add your contact information. Name, address, phone number, email address, personal website if you have one, LinkedIn profile. Okay, the next is writing the letter. 1. Write an engaging first paragraph. Open your letter with a strong and declarative statement. It should inform your reader that you are excited while applying. 2. In the first paragraph, state where you found the position to which you are applying. 3. Explain why hiring you will benefit the employer. You can give the reason why you are the perfect person for a job position which you are applying. 4. Briefly summarize your strengths, qualification, and experience. The next few paragraphs, application letters should mention your skill, qualification, and experience. The most important of this part is experience because it's helpful to include details about experience that relate to the position which you are applying. 5. Paint a picture of yourself that's not on your resume. A friendly and engaging letter is likely to appeal the reader, especially when they can get an idea of how well you might fit with the company. Number 6. Finishing up the letter. First, briefly summarize why you are the perfect candidate for the job in one sentence. Second, invite the hiring manager to contact you. 3. Send off. 4. Write your name underneath. All of these points will be explained by my friend in the next slide.
Alright, thank you Kevin for your explanation. Now, let's continue our discussion. So here, in briefly summary, you need ending your letter of application on the right note about your contribution and what you would be looking for is very important. So it can help you land the interview. Next one is invite to contact you. Here you should inform your reader that you would love the opportunity to speak further about position and prove your contact information again. And the next is sign up. You may say something like best or best wishes. It means that you show your respect without sounding like you are writing a love letter. And the last one is don't forget to write your full name on the last line and consider including signature. Next topic is tips to write an application letters. There are several tips to write an application letters. The first is explains why you are a good match. In this part, you can tell your abilities, your experience that show why you are perfect for the job. It means that you are qualified for the job. And the next is establish a formal tones, use a clear structures, and check spellings are very important in writing application because if you make mistakes or put any confusing things, they can easily disqualify you. And the last is match your cover letters to the context. Here, your cover letters need to show that you know what the job involves and what the employer is looking for. To do this, be specific about your skill and qualities. Therefore, you need to show how much the needs of the job with your contact. So now, let's me discuss about cover letters little bit as our knowledge. A cover letter is a single page letter that you include with your job application, and you should always include a cover letter unless the job advertisement clearly says. The purpose of a cover letter is to mention the job that you are applying for, show that your skill and experience match to the job, and encourage the leaders to read your application letters. As our note, please keep your cover letter short. It means don't write more than one page. That's all from us. See you and thank you.